Hi, I'm Miss Shannon, and I'm here to share with you one of my favorite books, and it's a very old fable called The Lion and the Mouse. All through the long afternoon, the forest slept. Beneath the burning sun, nothing moved nor made a sound. Nothing but the cry of the dark and hungry birds that circled endlessly overhead. Nothing but the butterflies that sometimes danced in the trees' cool shade. Suddenly, a new sound broke the silence. It was a lion. He lifted his golden head and roared. He roared his majesty to the trees and the birds and the fluttering butterflies. "Look at me," his roar seemed to say. "I am king. Let no creature come before me." And then, satisfied that he had made his presence felt, the lion continued on his way. Above, amongst the branches, his startled subjects watched him go. Below, another creature hid, trapped within the leafy carpet of the lion's path. It was a mouse. He stayed as still as a stone, his tiny heart beating with the memory of the lion's roar. He crouched, silent as rock, until the shadows of the lion's paw had passed. And then the mouse, too, continued on his way. Hours passed. In the quiet of the forest, Lion yawned and lay down to sleep. He dreamed of soothing rain and silver rivers and of the endless water that was the sea. But he awoke to the pitter-patter, not of raindrops, but of something else, to a rustling just beneath his nose and the slightest touch on the fur of his great velvet paw. Lion opened his shining, sleepy yellow eyes and looked. There before him crouched a mouse. "Forgive me, Lord Lion," squeaked the tiny creature. "I did not see you sleeping there. To me, your paw was a hill of golden sand. Let me go and I will disturb you no more." And Mouse waited for Lion to speak, certain only that death would now await him. "And why should I forgive you?" snarled the lion, licking his lips. "What reason could I possibly have?" Mouse thought a while and then replied, "Because one day I may be able to spare your life in return." Lion smiled a slow, sleepy smile, for he thought Mouse's story most unlikely. But there was a kindness deep in the lion's heart, so he growled, "Be off with you," and watched as Mouse scampered away. And the mouse looked back at the lion who had spared him and wondered. Lion slept on until evening came to the forest. Deep in his dreams, he did not hear the sound of footsteps in the shadows until it was too late. Too late. He woke again just as the golden net fell, and Lion found himself bound fast, trapped into a still waiting, while his captors left to fetch their knives. No one could help Lion now, or so he thought. But nearby, someone was watching. Someone who remembered his kindness. And if you had been listening to the sounds of the forest, you may have heard another noise among the buzzing and the bird calls and the rustling of 1,000 leaves. for Mouse was busy gnawing with his sharp white pointed teeth, gnawing until the strands of the golden rope fell away, and Lion was free. "You were right to spare me after all," said Mouse, as Lion stepped forth once again into the darkness of the forest. And the great Lord Lion looked at the mouse as if for the first time. 2 great golden eyes peered into 2 quick brown ones. Then he bowed his head in the knowledge of a lesson learned, and both went on their way. So I think the moral of the story is that no matter how big or how small or how grand or how simple you are or your life is, we all need each other. So I hope you enjoyed The Lion and the Mouse, and I hope you keep reading.